Each time I book a taxi, it's just like a lottery. You would never know what type of vehicle would turn up. And if you had one turned up and you couldn't get in, and it made a delay, I could have been going to a show, I could have been going to a sporting event, I could have been going to a long-standing medical appointment. Regardless, I'd often be getting taxis that I couldn't get into, and I'd end up having to get another taxi and arriving late to important engagements.
Greg is the Senior Policy and Advocacy Officer for Spinal Cord Injuries Australia. He should be in his office by now, but Greg's still waiting for an accessible taxi to take him there.
I then decided to lodge a complaint with the Human Rights Commission with the support of the Public Interest Advocacy Centre.
PIAC is an independent, non-profit law and policy organisation. We've been around for about 30 years and our specialty is in running test cases on social justice issues.
It was the Disability Discrimination Act that made Greg's case possible, a case that went all the way to the Federal Magistrates Court.
I ended up pursuing it in the Federal Magistrates Court because I wanted to get justice, because I really felt that the government and the taxi networks should be found accountable.
The Federal Court gave a very important, very clear decision, and that is that if you're a person in a wheelchair, you must be able to properly access what is known as a wheelchair accessible taxi.
The outcome of my complaint means that all new wheelchair accessible taxis in New South Wales from October 1, 2011 will have adequate space for the majority of people using wheelchairs.
Greg's case was significant for people who use wheelchairs in New South Wales, but since the average taxi lasts about a decade, it will be a few more years until all so-called accessible taxis will be genuinely accessible.